It's 2026. We should know how to do our makeup by now. And if you into makeup for real, you definitely should have an everyday makeup routine. And if you're here, that means you probably don't. So here's my everyday makeup routine. Nothing too hard, nothing too difficult. Let's get into it. Dry skin, flaky skin, we should always start out with hydration. This is the Sephora All Day Hydration. This is an extremely hydrating product. This is actually one of my favorites. This is also one of my favorite makeup products or hydration products that I got when I first got into doing makeup. I kid you not, every time I put it on my skin, my base always turns out flawless. Get under the eyes. If you're a person that creases a lot under the eyes, it's probably because your skin is really dry under there, and that means you need extra hydration under your eyes. Under eye creasing is normal, but you can minimize it as best of your ability. Let that marinate, let it absorb, let it soak into the skin. One of the best, if not the best, one of the most grippiest primers on the market. I mean, like, your makeup's not going anywhere when you have this. Primer just helps your makeup last extremely long. Trust me, it's not going anywhere. Allow that to get a bit tacky into the skin. If I was a person that swore, it would definitely be by her. Charlotte Tilbury Skin Tint. The glow, the interior glow that it just gives to my skin while also having a tint to it. I don't think, is it unmatched? Possibly. But this is my everyday skin tint. It's not too much coverage, but it's just the perfect amount. It's more like a glow from within type of complexion skin stick tint. Just a little bit on my lids. She is so good, and as it says on the bottle, she's unreal. On top of the Charlotte Tilbury Skin Tint, I also like to use the Saie Star Glow Glowy Super Gel. And I just like to put this like on the high points of my cheekbone and everywhere that the sun just like lights. Just so I can add a little bit more of a glow, an inner glow. I just work that into the skin from my T-zone out into the perimeter. Look at the perfection on the skin with these two products combined. And this is exactly why those are my everyday, because it's so skin-like. It gives such a natural finish. I love the glow that it gives to my skin. It's amazing. It's really undefeated. This is one of my favorite parts. The bronzer. This is the Saie Dew Bronze. No, this is the Saie Sunmelt Bronze, and this is in deep bronze. When I tell you how good this product is, I love the warmth that it gives. Look at it. It gives such a pretty warmth to the skin. Just nicely just heating up. And I like to put this onto my cheekbones and just my forehead. So everywhere that I would love to have warmth, sometimes I even take it into my nose, into my brow bone, and even the jaw. Rose Pocket Blushes. These are in the shade Toasted Teddy and Day Cake. I think we're going to go for Day Cake because we're already a little bit warmth and Toasted Teddy gives us a warmth. But Day Cake is also one of my go-to shades for every day. Once again, high points of the cheekbones. Love that. And I will. I'm not scared to put it onto the bridge of my nose. And I take the same brush that I use for my bronzer, wipe it off a little bit, and just work that into my cheeks. It's okay if it goes into the under eye because we're going to clean that up with concealer. I'm a little bit blush heavy, but it'll get cleaned up. The weight is just in the skin. Like, the base is basing. Take whatever concealer you have. This is the Tower 28 SB concealer, and what I love to do is I like to just go right on in under my eyes and slightly on the edge and corners of my eyes, on both sides, down the bridge of my nose, on the T-zone a little bit, and right there in the area where most people have that little shadow that looks like a mustache. And we're gonna go on the chin, and we're just gonna let that marinate a little bit in. That's in there. We're gonna go ahead and blend out with my Rare Beauty brush. Blend. Try to keep your concealer exactly where you put it. The key is blend out the outer corners of the concealer and then work it in and work it into the center where the most product is built. If you start where the most product is built up, then it's gonna look really crazy and messy on your face, and it makes it difficult to clean up. This concealer dry down pretty quickly. It just maximizes the amount of coverage you'll have. And keep blending out and be patient as you are blending, because the more patient you are, the more flawless your base will be as a result to your patients. And I love to go back over with the brush that I use for my bronzer to just help that nicely and seamlessly blend out. And I'm gonna go ahead and take this time to use my Rhode glazing mist and melt this all in. Love that it's infused with skincare. I think one of them is niacinamide acid. Literally almost all out. We're doing 2 layers of setting. First one with translucent peach, the second one with translucent candy. Tapping that into my brush. Make sure there are no under eye creases. The best thing to do is set your under eyes one at a time because the creasing does happen and tries to come in last minute, and you don't want to set those creases in. Okay, set this. And look at that. Gorgeous. Excess on the forehead. The second set will be with translucent peachy, and I'm going to go ahead and take a powder puff. This is going to help brighten the inner corners of the eye. So we're going to do like a little bit of a bake in the inner corners right there. Also get this nose bridge situation. Take the excess powder from the same brush that you used to set the first, to do the first setting, which was with the translucent. Just like run this across the areas that are still a little bit wet with the product, and that's going to help you set that in just a little bit. Do not take extra product. I just used the excess that was on here and just pressed it into the skin. Go ahead and just dust this off. Gives us that nice bright under eye. I think this is also my favorite part that we're coming to, which is bronzer. Kosas bronzer in this is the Sun Show. Kosas Sun Show bronzer in the Tropic. I think I'm in love with this bronzer for every day because it's sheer and it's like glowy. Like it's, I don't know, like they ate with this. They ate with this. This is the Refi brush. I like it because it's fluffy. The bristles are soft and it's not too dense. Also like this also edge because like it helps to nicely contour my nose. And we're gonna just like take some here. I love this bronzer. Also the excess on the back, and we're just gonna like nicely just brush that in. Still lets me have this nice sheer glow that I'm going for. Also kind of like really toasty. It toasts me up. I don't know, I get really excited when I'm doing bronzer. Powder bronzer, especially when I'm using this. I don't think I would ever take this out of my routine for every day. It's so good. Just go ahead and just toast the nose up a little bit. You put your powder bronzer every single place that you put the liquid bronzer. So cheekbones, up to the temples, up to the, what do you call this area of your face? Your forehead. Also for the lid, so we don't want that looking really plain. Kind of just gives this fake eyeshadow effect. Also adding depth to your eyes. Depending on the kind of day, I may go back over with Date Cake, or I might go in with a powder blush. Depending on what kind of longevity I would like. Adding powder blush over your cream or liquid blush is good because it just makes it last longer. I'm not sure. One thing I will say is the Rose Pocket Blush. It does last long by itself. And if you're going for a dewy or matte look, then, you know, dewy, Rose Pocket Blush, it'll last. And if you want a mattified look, then you can just always top it off with the powder from whatever powder shade matches the blush that you're using for that day. I'm just going to add a little bit here to the high point. Just add a little bit of color back and also go back to the bridge of the nose. This is very similar to the makeup that I did for my birthday. I added a little bit of highlight. I didn't do too crazy because I was going to the spa, but I will say it was one of those. I think I did use the Dior Backstage palette. So I like to just mix all of these shades together and just nicely just press that in. Right side of the nose. I'm really not highlighter shy. Last and final spray, we're using the Milani Make It Last. Melt that all together. Lips, this is the Huda Beauty in the shade Rich Brown. I like to slightly overline my lips. I went a little too crazy right there. So just, I love the plump that it gives, and I love the shadow of emphasizing my natural lip. It's so pretty, and this is such a cool tone brown. It's quite literally my fave. every single day. Like, I'm on this is my second pencil. Blend that in. I do go in with my Makeup Forever. This is in Dimensional Dark Brown. It's so cool tone, and it's such a delicious shade of deep to deepen this Cupid's bow of my lip, and to just add a little bit more dimension. It sure is dimensional. They ate with that name too. And I love to like leave the top part of my lip like darker than the bottom, because I feel like that's like a part of my natural lip line anyway. And of course, Laneige. This is still my first bottle. I have a second one already because I already knew I was gonna get this again. Thank you, hubby. Got it there. And there we have it. This. Oh, how can I forget the mascara? Fenty mascara. Curl Them Lashes. Fenty Beauty's mascara. Everybody knows her. We are finished. And this is the final look. This is how you do my everyday makeup. So sheer, so shiny, giving glow from within. It's giving baddie, it's giving luxurious. This is the It Girl Tea makeup routine that you need for 2026. And if you don't have it, I don't know what to tell you, but you should definitely have it now after watching this video. Guys, thank you for watching. Love you. Those, again, if you have ears, let them hear what the Spirit of the Lord has to say. The Lord is speaking. Jesus love you, and I love you. Mwah. Bye.